Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a while. I'm sorry I'm late today. It's now already 9:30, but Slay the Spire came out and I've been having fun with that. Let me open up chat, make sure I have that going. No, not subject account. Go to account. Live. Okay. Um, so a lot has happened over the weekend. I was able to figure out a lot of stuff. I basically I think last time I left off, um, we I was trying to make the city layout, I believe, and I kind of think fixed that. I did it in a way that I don't like. It's not completely procedural, so basically I made blocks again, just like I did it with the villages. And the blocks can be like so I can have a whole block, okay, um, and then or I can have a block that's divided in half one way and then two smaller ones right here. Or I can do two halves, or I can do four small ones. Okay? And I think this is how I'm going to implement it because I can't figure out how to do it a different way. I think it's too difficult to try to mask and unmask everything in the proper way for it to actually line up, especially because um, with the prefabs, like if I have a point here, right? If all of my position, um, what do I want to say? Like if all of, yeah, my position field, my grid of positions, they're gonna be mismatched. If for this, like for this prefab here, if I want the to be centered on this, that is like right here on the 20 by 20 grid, right? Or if I have these right here, then they are in these corners here. So essentially for every block, I need like 6 different points in a different arrangement, and I need to like, the others kind of need to know of the ones around it. And that also means like for this point, which is inside this block, we'll be checking these around it. And yeah, it just seemed like it was gonna get really difficult to figure out exactly how to check which if I want a half block or a quarter block or a whole block, um, where it is, the alignment, all that stuff, it was going to get really difficult. And so what I did instead is just create 4 different methods it can be, or 4 different states it can be. This whole block, half block, quarter, quarter, half, half, quarter, 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 quarter. And it will just choose randomly between one of these 4. And then the orientation, it will rotate randomly too, which is nice. So I can have some blocks like this, or a block like this, right, with a quarter, quarter, half. Right, it could be in any orientation, which is pretty nice. So like this gives a good enough a good randomness to it where I don't feel that upset about it. But here is where I'm going right now. So let me just look at this. I'm just going to show you guys what I have so far. I've already added some props to it, so that way you can see what it looks like right now. Right, I'm trying to do rivers, so that's what we're going to do today, like a little river through the city. But yeah, let's see if this just pops up as it is. Yeah. So as you can see, like it adds a pretty good randomness to it. Um, so I made these little props for it. And right now I still need to make adjustments on the distances between them, the sizes of each block, you know, all these different things I need to adjust. I need to figure out how I want to implement it in a way that, oh, these are overlapping too. That's not good. But yeah, that's not that difficult of a fix. Anyway, um, because I'm also rotating I don't think they're rotating on a center point. They're rotating off center, and so sometimes you'll have um, paths where there's like a couple blocks across. Sometimes you'll have a path where it's 2 blocks across or 3 blocks, however far that is, you know. Um, So yeah, I can make adjustments to all these numbers. Those are minor fixes. But the main thing right now, what I want to look at is that see how from this intersection, I can see all the way down across the village and all the way down across the village here. These are not supposed to be the main path. So what I'm doing, what I thought would be interesting, is to have basically back alleys between all the buildings. And so all of these are like kind of points in the grid where it's off the main street, you know? I thought that would be fun. So you're gonna have a main, you'll have your main major arteries, and then you'll have all these back roads. However, uh, even on the back roads, so they become basically like main streets because you can just keep going in a straight line without being interrupted, and that's kind of the defining feature of a major artery is that you do go in very straight lines. So these kind of become major arteries, which I don't want. And so I'm going to, what I want to do now is instead of having a grid that's like this, I'm just going to offset the line. So this is how it would look, right? And what I want to do is make a grid that looks like this, right? So basically I'll do every other line, I'll offset it, and then that will create different paths or yeah, it'll create a more interesting area. However, the problem now I have is implementing main roads. If I have a main road going right through here, when it hits this block, I'm going to make sure that nothing spawns. But now I'm going to have kind of like this empty area, this grid of just nothingness, which I'll need to figure out what to do with. I don't know how to deal with this right now. I'll have to figure it out, and I'm sure I'll come up with a solution later. I just want to see if I want to see how this looks first, this grid system, if I shift it over a little bit, and I want to see, yeah, I just want to see how that looks. So yeah, let's do that. Let's first go flying a little bit. All right, so this is it right here, and then we're gonna go back to our test. All right, so basically all I have to do is just mess with these scalar positions, or these positions here, which is another reason why I think this system, this updated system, is very powerful, although you can probably have done this before. I don't think it would have been difficult to do before. I just never bothered to actually mess with like a group of positions and unioning them like this. All right, so right now I have 24 by 24. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double the size of this. Okay. And now what that's going to do is get rid of all of these. So this was actually the puzzle I solved this morning. Basically, if I double the size, it's going to get rid of all these, right? So I want to have those back. So all I need to do is now create another set of positions, another set of scalar positions. That's also 40 by 40, but now that's also offset. Offset. And the offset will be simply 24 by 24. So it's going to start over a little bit. Okay, and I don't think I need anything for the y. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fine because I don't want to change the y axis at all. Okay, but now also, so now I'll add these back in, but now I need to have these, and these are simply another set of these positions, right? This position, this set, but that's also offset down 24. What do I want to do? I just want this, right? Or yeah, no, that's fine. This is exactly the same. All right, so I'm just going to do this, and we'll offset again. So now we have Oh, you know what? No, 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 this is wrong. So this was actually wrong. So this needs to be offset just by 24 on the X. That will create those, that will, yeah, that was wrong. So if from here to here, all I need to do is move in the X-axis. Now I need to move in that Z-axis. So this is 24 over, and now we need to do the X and the Z. So we're going to move over 24. Oh, this is here, right? We're going to move over to 48. Oh no, that's the scalar. This is the scalar. Sorry, that should be 48. That will do that, and then that will move the scalar over 24, so that's fine. And then we just got to move over these 24. So we need to have this one get moved 24 and this one move 24. Okay, I need to rethink this. I need to make sure all my points are correct. So we're going to, let's just do a new one here. Don't save. Okay, we have 48 points. Okay. Let's choose a different color. So red is the one that shifted over, oops, shifted over to the right. That's good. And now we need to do one that's down into the right, so down 24 halfway, and then we go over here. But now this one, this set is just going to be moved here, and it's, yeah, like this. That's what I thought would happen. I also need to do these here, though. So this would be 24 and 48, right, like that, right? Okay. So this one is moved down 24, 24, and this one is down 24, 48, just like this one. 24, 48. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, and then we're going to offset all of these. Okay, and so now we'll get a new set of grid, a new grid that will look very, very similar, but every other row will be offset halfway. I hope. No, they're just gone. They're just gone. They just disappeared. Why did they disappear? Um, okay. Wait. Wait. All these are 48, right? All these are 48. And then we're going to offset at 24. So that should look the same. 24, 24, 48. Maybe this is what's wrong. 24 is halfway though. So you move it over 24. So these are all 28, right? I mean 48. So this is 48. Okay. Oops, 48. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, so now I'm going to offset this grid by 24 to the X. That should be fine there. But what, and this one will be halfway here. Oh, wait, it's not 24, it's 12. 12. So offset this 12 and 24, right? Halfway between these is 12, and then of course 36. What am I doing? What am I doing? There we go. That should be better. And I didn't like it. It still didn't like it. What's wrong? What's wrong? All right. Okay, that's interesting. So moving over 24, I take the same grid here, same grid. I'm just offsetting it by 24. Got it. Should be good, right? This one, I'm moving down 24. All right, halfway between that and 48. Moving down 24 and moving over half the way here, which is 12. Should be 12. X is 12. Z is 24. X is 12. Z is 36. X is 12. X is 12. No, X is 36. This is 24. What am I doing? There we go. All right. Oof. I can do math. It just takes me some time. This, though, what happened? Why is it like that? Oh, okay. All right, so just shifted it over on here, but now I need to shift it over this way too, huh? Um, yeah, I can do that. So I just moved it over. I need to move it. Is this just becoming a triangle grid? This is just a triangle grid now, isn't it? This is the triangle grid. This is what I should be using. I could just use a triangle grid. We can try that. Now I also need it to be like, does this work? Like, so it needs to be hexagonal, doesn't it? Because here I don't want any of these paths, so it needs to be rotated a little bit. How does that work? Because I don't want this ZX line here. Yeah, I could just do a triangle. Let's try it. Except what's the scalar on the triangle grid? I guess we'll find out. Let's just do something kind of silly, which would be 24, 24. I don't know if that will work. It might actually be up and oh, whoa, oh, one. It's a one there. Ideally, it would look the same, or just shift it left to right. Okay, okay. Nope, this is actually exactly correct. Awesome. Well, that was easy. And not only that, but it got rid of all the vertical axis too. So now, no matter where you are, no, it didn't. Because this line right here, these lines, yep, these lines are still there. Okay. These lines are still there. Can I just rotate them 60 degrees? Can I rotate? There's no rotation. When I want to scale something, you can rotate it by just, how do you rotate it? How do you transfer rotational through translational symmetry? I know it's possible. Let's see if I just, because if I just take the X, see, it's still doing this. I want 24 by 24. If I just decreased the X a little bit and increased the Z, or I don't know if that's actually X and Z, but yeah, it does look like I can lower one of these axes. Which axis is this? Let me make sure. S, that is on the Z. Okay, so decrease the Z by a little bit. Let's do 20 and increase this to 30. No, 28, right? 30, no, 20, 28. I don't know if it needs to be proportional like that. It killed everything. Oh wait, that's because I didn't hook it up. Okay. Now there seems to be bigger gaps here. It's not what I wanted. Let's see, let's rotate it more on the X. Okay, I think it's the opposite. Should I do 2030? Because They're becoming more aligned with that. Yeah, there we go. Except, as expected, I'm having issues with the alignment. Okay. Okay. How do I do this? It is kind of how I want now, but I just need to work on spacing. What if I increase this to 20, 30 and 40? That's not going to be correct though. I'm wondering if I can increase the size and then just kind of like... All I'm doing is just creating a square grid. I need this one to come over more. And if I do that, so is that just one of the axes? If I mess with the Z again without messing with the X, is that going to be okay? So right now the Z is 40. Let's just make the Z 30. Let's make it 30 as well. Is this just going to pull it over? Kind of. We still have this though. What's going... So when they're aligned, it gets that, right? I have that thing. If I do 35, does that get rid of this line right here? It doesn't. Am I always gonna have that line? That can't be right, right? I'm always gonna have that line. Oh no. Yeah, I'm always gonna have a north to south line here. I don't know if I can shift it over. I mean, I thought that's kind of what I was doing with before with the grid. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work, is it? Let's see. Because I want a square grid. Can you have a square grid? Right, that's offset like this. But now I'm going to have something like this, so I need to make it like this. And if I do that, like what happens? You get this half block. Okay. I mean, I can do that because I'm already using half blocks, right? So should I just do rectangles? If I do rectangles, then that will... Can I tile it though with rectangles? Because if I tile it with rectangles, I need to also tile it. How can I tile it? That will make sure I don't have any of these paths like this. I wanna break it up. I wanna break it up. Hey! We made a tiling pattern that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units down. And it looks like there's no lines going across. This is insane. I mean, I could do this. I can do this. So basically, you have a 2x2 in the top right. So that guarantees a 2x2 laying out there. I don't like this though, because now there's always going to be guaranteed a 2x2 in this position. Like, I don't want this. Man. So if I just think of terms of 2x2, because I already have that established, right? Or I guess you can say 2x2, whatever. I'm saying 2x2 only because I'm using these half blocks and quarter blocks too. So these are like a 1x1, this is a 1x2, right? So if I have a 1x2 followed by a, or 2x2 followed by a 1x2, I can offset this, and now that tiles very easily, right? And that's, I guess, not too bad. It's guaranteeing these longer buildings though, which is fine. I don't mind having those longer buildings. It's just the frequency at which they occur. Maybe I just need to tone down the frequency of these popping up in the 2x2. Right? I can just lower these because these are guaranteed now. That's fine. That's a fine solution. So this will work. This can work. So I'll probably do this. So let me see. How can I get my position field to be like this though? So I'm going to have these here, right? And then I want to interlace that with something that is, so we have a 20x20 grid, right? Just like what I was doing up here. This is, or 20x20, 48, whatever the points are. I'm going to do now 1.5 times. So since I was moving 48 over, I need to move over 30, or not 30, 24 and plus 20, 48 plus 24, which is 72. 72, right? 72 over. Because I now need to put a point here that is that would be, ooh, is that right though? 72? No, no, no. It's 24. I only need, what is this? This is, if this is 24, half of this would be 12, right? So 36. So this is 36. And then this is only 12. No, 36. That's how much it is, right? This is 24. This is 12. So every 36, I need a new thing. And then I'll have another grid that is just these smaller points, another set of positions. So these will be under a different spawning set of instructions. So right now, like, I have all of my spawn locations the same because they're all in that 2x2 grid pattern. I need to change that to basically say, I mean, this is fine. I just need to add one more. Yeah, because this I don't need to change. I just need to add one more with this. And these actually are the same grid patterns. Yeah, it's the same, because the grid, remember, is just the distance between all the points. So all these distances here are going to be the same as the ones here. So what I mean by this is these 2x2 grids, the distance between them should be the same distance between these. I'm adding on the same bit because it's just a linear translation of it. Okay, so first let's do the first let's do these. So now this is 36 by 36, right? So everything's exactly the same, just 36 by 36. No. 24. There we go. Right? Yep. That's fine. Because now I'm going to introduce these new blocks. So these are good. And these positions, all this stuff is good. In fact, I can like just kind of ignore it. I do need the same density field though, huh? Wait, let's see. Yes. No, I don't even need a density field. This is going to be constant because I'm always going to be putting these. This density field determines what kind of orientation or group it is, whether it is this one, or this one. These are the same. This one, and then also the four quarters. So that's what the density that's what that density field does. And since we're not determining or making any kind of decision like that, we're just saying always make one of these 1x2 buildings. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so this is fine. We're actually just gonna need a whole nother prop right here. Okay. And the prop, it's going to be a constant actually because no, positions, no. What's the difference? Constant, constant still needs positions. So what's this positions one? Positions, prop distribution, and this is just a position field. I saw this before and I had no idea what this meant because I'm like, where's the actual prop? Where's the function that determines the prop? Anyway, so we're doing a constant prop distribution. And then we're going to do a position field, which is a square one. And this one is going to be scalar. It's going to be, the scalar is going to be 12 by 24. Right? Is that, I think it just needs to fit in here. And this is the x direction. Yeah, this is the x direction. Okay, so 12 by 24. And then we need to shift it over, right? Offset. We need to offset it by 12. Okay. And then what for now, just to make sure it works, we're just going to put in, where's the, oh, that's all wool still. That's that. Okay, here we go. We want the house 3. That is our correct one. In fact, we don't actually want to copy paste it because that's another offset prop. Yeah, in fact, we'll just want to copy this stuff here. Copy, and then we're going to paste this because we want to have, we don't want to rotate it. Actually, we do want to rotate it. We do want to have some randomness. We just can't rotate it. We just can't rotate it 90 degrees. It has to be between 180. We want random rotator. We want to do horizontal ones, but we just want to we want to make sure it's 180 or 0 or 180. We don't want it to have 90 or 270. I wonder how we can do that. Can we? I don't know how to use a random rotator prop yet because this rotation thing, I don't know the arguments for this. Um, I don't know how to use this one with the other ones what I'm doing right now. All it says is a random, right? Horizontal rotations, and you can just click that button and it will automatically rotate it either 90, 180, 270, or 0. It'll just choose one of those 4 directions for you. So this is really convenient and nice, but I don't know about this. I don't know about that. Um, so yeah, we will not do anything random right now. I will try to figure that out later. I need to make like a to-do list. So we're just gonna throw the locator prop there. Um, and then the prop itself is a prefab prop. And the prefab prop, its weight is just gonna go to here. This housing 3. Okay, good. Oh, you know what? It can also be a. It can also be a 1x1. 2 1x1s. What am I doing? All right, so we are going to. Oh, you know what? Why do I even need to do this? I can just do a union. No, what is it called? A weighted prop. Oh, do I want to just do a weighted prop between those 4? I don't think I do. No, no, I don't. Because I want to be able to adjust the density of these. Because I want to have certain props at closer to certain roads or rivers, and I'm going to need to that's going to be determined by the density field. So all these are going to change. This will give me more control over what's been placed where, rather than just being randomly assigned. However, for now, with this one, I can just randomly assign it. So this one, these are good. This is okay. I just want to now introduce a weighted prop, where one of the weights or one of these is this. Can I actually, oh my, this is so nice now. I just realized we can do it from here. I don't know if this was also possible before. I don't think it was. So like the way they are implementing it now is just so much nicer. It gives you so much more, makes everything more compact and more control intuitively. Because you could probably have done this the same way before, but like it would have been a little bit more complicated, I think. I mean, I didn't mess with props so much, but like, yeah. See, I can just do this and put this here. Okay. And then this one down here, another weighted prop, which is going to be a union prop. See, like this is nice because now I just have one floor location, one locator. Like it's gonna locate this thing, and then whatever is this is done. And so now I can just choose these props up here. So it's very, very convenient. All right, so then we're going to have a union city house union prop like this. We're just going to copy this. We're just going to paste this here. Except this is now going to be a little bit different because it's not going to be adjusted from a 2x2, the center of a 2x2. It's just going to be adjusted from the center of a 1x2. So this does not need to move in the z-axis anymore. We're just going to move in the x-axis, up or down. It might be wrong. It might be the z-axis. We'll figure it out soon enough. But yeah, equal weight to both of these. So you can either have a house here or you can have a two 1x1s. It didn't like it. Probably because I need to make sure my positions are 1. My scale is 1. Okay. Offset this by 12. All right, so let's see what happened here. I got a lot of extra bits because I offset it. It's still, oh. This is 24 and 12. This is 24, so I think so my grid is 24 by 36, right? So meaning I'm making space on the, see, I still, actually this is probably 24 too. So it's 24 by 24, oh no, but the grid is, this is the size of my, these are the positions of this thing. Actually no. Yeah, there, the grid is exactly the same. That's what I determined before. I said the grid is the same, it's just that I'm just need to move it over by 12, right? So it's still going to be, the distance between all these is going to be the same. It's just that it will be right here, like that. Still something wrong. I figured as much. I figured as much. Oh, this actually needs to be -6 as well. Because nothing's perfect, right? There's always something that you've done incorrectly. Again, that's 36, so we're moving over 36. 24. 36. The scalar is 36, right? Because we have a position here, I need to make space for this one. That's the same thing here. This is the same, it's the same scalars. It's just one is shifted. I don't know why my brain can't do that. Okay. Yep, and so this is correct. I just put this on the wrong axis. It should be here. So I just need to change this to from this to this. Is that correct? Yeah. Kind of. This is also flipped. 24, 36. No. That doesn't make sense with this one, though. This is 36, 30, 24. This is, again, the same scalars. Right? Let's think about this one more time. So we have, clear this. Square. And this. Square. That's like not good enough. Square. And then another one that's about half. Okay? Okay. Then we're gonna grab this. Can I grab this? How do I grab selection? Nope. Okay. All right, copy. I'm gonna paste. I'm gonna paste underneath. Should I go like this? No. Like this. Yeah, okay. Okay. This is... I just realized I'm going to get these straight lines still. That was silly. This is not even going to solve my problem. I do need to rotate this up. Rotate. So, new one. Don't save. Paste. Right here. paste. Although you can very easily create um, oh, like that? Yeah, like this. No, it won't. You'll have a straight line running through there. Okay, so now I need to get rid of that. So I just go like this, that. Just need to select. How do I select in a very... Oh, selection. Copy, paste. Delete. I do that, and then paste, and then rotate. No, it does need to be like this. But is this square now? This is not going to be square. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This part. This is highly annoying. I just want to make interesting back streets that are not all straight. So basically, these points. Oh, yeah. Of course. Of course. I'm making a tiling pattern no matter what the tile is. I have to make... Oh, I just watched the Veritasium video on this. I mean, again, I've watched it a couple times now, but it's a tiling, an unrepeatable infinite tiling, right? That's what I'm trying to do. I am silly. I am silly. Is there a way to do this that... I mean, I think the only way to do this would be to create rectangular ones, a rectangular tiling, right? Because, oops. That's like, oops. Where am I? What's going on? There it is. I feel like there was kind of a... See, this is like a brick lane thing, but then I need to, every so often, I need to like alter the bricks, right? Like, I mean, again, no matter where I go here, like I'm trying to make an infinite unrepeating tiling. So how do I create... I need cul-de-sacs. Are cul-de-sacs the answer? Oh, no. Yes and no. So essentially, no, roads, I don't know. Yeah, this is difficult. Don't know if it's possible. I mean, I know it's possible because you, like I said, it's just a unrepeated infinite tiling. Hytale can't do that, and I think it'd be a little difficult. So what's the next best solution, right? Do I just leave it like this because it's kind of good enough? Maybe if I introduce some interesting terrain, um, you know, create some rivers and create some paths that kind of disrupt that pattern, even though it still technically will go on forever. Um, maybe just elevation too. Elevation would make a big difference in how in the tiling, right? Because that will, even though like the tiling itself will be infinite, you'll have, of course, these blocks. But if like right here, this tile and these tiles, there's like a cliff right here. Not, you know, just an increase in elevation, this line of sight would not go on forever, even though technically these lines, this tiling would repeat on the other side, and this line would continue on forever. This little interruption here, just by the change in elevation, would make it look better. Okay, so I'm not going to bother with any of this anymore. This is all done. We're going to forget about this. We're just going to go back to 24 grids, and what we're going to do, 25 by 24, is it a triangle grid? That's a triangle grid, that's why. I don't know if we need a triangle grid anymore. Here, let's make this a little bit bigger. Let's do a small experiment on just aesthetics. So that way, that's too big, yeah? 28 by 28 then? I'm sure there's an exact number here. Also, I don't think they need to be exactly the same, because an equilateral triangle is not what we want when it comes to a squared grid. So we can do like 24, 28, if that is right. A little bit further apart, 25. And then we need to decrease the z by a lot. Too close. Or is it just 25, 25? Was that just too big? Maybe it was just too big. No, I feel like there's just too big of a gap between these, right? So it has to be a little bit smaller, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that seems fine. The rotation, though, is what gets me. I wonder how I can rotate this better. Am I able to rotate this better? I, I don't know. Oh, in fact, this is completely on top of here on those. So that's not going to work at all. Maybe we can just take these exact spots, but then blow them up just a tiny bit, like 20, 27, 25. Yeah, those are on literally on top of each other. And here it goes again. All right, so you know what? Screw this triangle grid. We're just gonna go with 24 by 24 on our square grid. Okay, so yep, 24 by 24 on the square grid. That's where we're at right now. That's fine, I think. Or I'm not too worried about the square grid anymore. Let's just do some interesting terrain. So that's what I was doing before yesterday. You know, we just spent an hour going over what I did previously, but it was a good exercise because I maybe was going to change it a little bit and found out that no, I'm not. I'm not going to change it at all. So I am trying to combine the rivers here. So here we have a river. Let's just show the river one if I can somehow. Let's just copy paste this one right there. And then we're going to put that in there. And so this is what we get for the rivers. I'm kind of fine with this right now. I might want to length. Yeah, I think right now I'm fine with this. And so I'm going to fill this up maybe this far, up to this level. So really, I should probably make it a little bit smaller. Let's do clamp on 1515. There we go. Yeah. This is fine. And we'll have some rivers going through here. But I also want to make these rivers kind of cut through the terrain. I don't want them to be affected because if you do something like just kind of naively adding a simplex to it, which is here, like this, what's going to happen is that these rivers will cut. Oh, we have holes. But they kind of disappear. All right, even if you were to make this, let's make this a little bit bigger. Even if you were to normalize this, let's say instead of making it so big, we normalize it to from -1 there to 0.5. All right, we're just gonna add that on. What's gonna happen if you see our river, see how it goes up? You can see where the river wants to be. You can see there was a river here, and it's cutting through the hill. But like, it's obviously going uphill and downhill. So the river needs to cut deeper at those points. What I was thinking, instead of doing that, what if I just do a mix? A mix function, which basically will say, hey, when it's a river side, just do the rivers. Don't do anything else. When it's the rivers, just output that density. So at like ground level with the cut into the ground. Otherwise, you can do hill terrain. So a mix should blend the two. I just need to now create a good function to determine. So I made this rivers discriminator, and I made it's a field function, and all the points on the field will only be included in that river set. So any positions that land inside those rivers are going to be added to the river points. Now, oh, and this needs to be now a -1. Okay. And then I create a distance to that river. So every point or every point will be in the river, and then any block that's within 25 of these points will be assigned a distance to that river. I think this is good. But now what I've learned too, oh yeah, that's what I need to check right now, is that I need to check this thing right here on any point outside of this, right? So if you're more than 25 blocks away, what value are you assigned? How does the position solenoid's density function assign points outside of that range? I forget if it's like -1, 1. I know it's one of those extreme values, -1, 1, or maybe 0. maybe it doesn't do anything at all. So first I need to check the base height map. So here we have the base height map, and it's at 110. And then we'll see if anything outside of that river range doesn't change this terrain, then we know it's assigned 0 because it's not adding or subtracting anything. If it goes down, then now we'll know that it's assigned like -1. If it goes up, it's assigned 1. So this should... Okay. Oh, no. It looks like it's not alternate at all. So it's assigned a 0. Okay? It's assigned a 0. And here, ooh, this is strange. Oh, that's because I lowered this thing. All right, so we're going to make this smaller. We're going to do like 15, and we're going to make these like 12. And we'll see what happens there. We should get a more defined view of where the rivers are. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's where the rivers are. So the discriminator, I think we can call it discriminant, and this is a discriminator. So this, I want it to trigger on the rivers when it's below 0, right? 0 below, it goes all of this, and then 1, it goes all of this. And so the further away, like at the max distance, which I've assigned 1 here, which is why it's so tall, this is 1. I need everything outside of that to be 1, because that's going to be this terrain. So I need to add 1 to all of these. So we can just take this, move it back. Come on. All right. Sum. Okay. And then we're going to do 1. And we're going to add 1 to all of it. But we're also going to add 1 to all of these. And so now this will never... Also, I want that to be negative, right? I want it to be... Or 0, 0, negative, whichever. I want it to be the rivers. So inside here, when the closer it is to the river, I'm going to assign it like -1, right? But that will not be good because -1 and 1 will be 0, and it's going to be rivers. And as soon as you move, even just a small step away from that river spot, it's going to start changing to the hills. So I actually want to make this maybe -2. Okay, and then up to 15 units, we're gonna increase it to 1. I think I want to make this just a little bit bigger. Oh, not 1. We're gonna go to -1 or -1. We'll go to 0 because then we'll add 1 and it will go to 1, which is here. Yeah, does that make sense? So the furthest node away from, furthest block away from the river is going to be assigned 0, and then we'll add a 1 to it, which will be assigned 1, which is what we want here. Okay, so there, -2 to 0. I think that will be okay. Let's just look how this is. And this is going to be 150, so it's a little bit smoother. I think this will work. Let's see. Okay. So we're getting some interesting things here because of the size of these points inside the river. When they overlap, they are getting close to this point, which is what, it's getting close to the hills. So we don't want them to overlap. I feel like You know, I noticed that before too. I was wondering how that was going to be when I did just this. So if we go back to here, right? Let's get rid of all the terrain. We'll just do rivers. Um, whoa, whoa, whoa. Actually, what is it doing? I went -2 to 0. Then we're going to add 1 to all of it. That was bringing it up, right? But that's this. I don't really care about that. That's a discriminator. What I care about is these points here. So we have 2 points in there. These should be like, I guess they're kind of far apart, huh? So really, I do want to increase the range on this. I want to go up to like 30, even though that's going to slow down the thing a lot. I think it's going to slow it down a lot. And then we can increase this to 30. Let's see how slow it moves. Yeah, that's too slow in my opinion. It brought down these quite a bit. It also is quite steep. Maybe if I decrease the steepness. What if we also increase this? Can we increase that to 15? And then decrease this to 20. You can see it's much faster, but now you can see here, these points here, they are going back to the hills. This is the hill terrain. So this is basically saying, hey, I'm gonna go straight up to the hills, which I don't want. I don't want that to be there like that. Is that really 30 blocks from any point there? No. Like, this is a little strange. Because these 2 points here also, are they really 30 blocks apart? We can select this. Whoa, don't want to do that. This is only 17. Oh, because I made it 15. So yeah, these are 20. Let's do 20 by 20. Just that, see how it's going to disconnect those because they're too far apart. Like, there's not a thing there, huh? Oh, you know what we could do instead of a square grid? Let's do triangles. Triangular node might actually be better for this. Triangular nodes do fill it up. No, they don't. I need even smaller triangles, huh? This is weird. Like, the rivers don't look like that, right? Like, I gotta look at the rivers again. The river is right there. Okay. Oh, I didn't clamp this down at 1.15, huh? Where did I do that? Or maybe I did, and yeah, I changed it over there, and I just copied this one. All right, I remember. So I need to lower that. There we go. So it's getting, so it's not that, okay, it's not that it's missing the river. It's that it's getting a point here and a point here, and this is becoming, the river's just really wide there. Got it. Okay. River's really wide. That's okay. This should still work, right? Because basically, but this becomes the max distance becomes an issue. Yeah, yeah. Where's my paint? So if I have a river, nope, don't want that. If I have a river, okay, and I have a two points in here, and I have to have it at least covered, right? So I need to have something small enough that it will get a small river, but that's not a great picture. um, but that the distance is not gonna overwhelm it. I want the max distance to be higher, but I also don't want it to be having an issue with calculating all those points. Huh. Let's see. Let's do the grid again. Square 2D grid, right? So I wonder if I just need to check the 4 points around it and if that's going to be enough. Because I could do this distance density. I could just look at my x um the xz coordinates, the 4 points around the xz coordinates, and check their density. If it's part of the river, I can just leave it out. If it is off of the river, I need to increase it or decrease it to, or increase it to 0, yeah, -1 to 0. Um, so I could take the anchor. And then I need to slide the river density field left, right, up and down. If I see that the river is 0.15, or rather 0. If I see that the density is 0, then that means this is close to a river bank. Hmm. Checking 4 points shouldn't be too much to ask, right? Shouldn't be too much. Because it should only be doing it for these positions anyway. So I'm just creating, you would have to do it for every block regardless in a normal uncapped 2D grid. So basically this is now a capped 2D grid, but then just multiplying the area by 4. Not too bad. Still less than infinite, right? Right. Should work out fast. So let's try it. I don't know if I want to do distance anymore. I think I just want to say, hey, if you are inside this wall, yeah, which we will do 0.25 now. Or, yeah, we'll do 0.25 because I want to see how close you are on that density field. If you're close to the edge, you're gonna be higher. So yeah, let's do that. So we'll do an anchor. No, do we need to do an anchor? We just need to check this point. We need to slide. Yeah, no, we don't need to do an anchor. We're just going to take we're going to import this. Okay, we're importing rivers. We're going to check our river density, right? We're going to check the river density we're going to check the river density. We're doing 10, right? We're going to increase it by 10. Or no, we don't need to check. Actually, we already have our gradient. We don't need to check. We just are checking to see if it's close to 0. So yeah, in fact, if it's just close to 0, so we're just gonna import again, we're gonna import the river density. Rivers. And we're gonna check this point. If this point is, we're doing a curve mapper. Okay. We're creating the river density field, but we're going to basically make it steeper. Okay. We're still gonna be adding 1 to it at the end though, because we want 1 is far away. But I don't need to do this anymore if I just do that. Right. So I check my point. If my point do I need to do any of this? No. What am I doing? Oh my. So here is the rivers. Now, I'm going to take my rivers and I'm just going to, extrapolate it, right? So this is from negative 0.25 to 0, and I'm just going to, I don't want to add 1 to it because I want to keep that negative, but I'm going to curve map it. I'm going to readjust the curve. So basically, if it is, oh no, I could actually just do a normalize. What am I doing? So I keep my negative 0.25 as my min, and my max was 0, but now I want to keep my negative 0.25 there, and I'm going to raise the max to like 1, right? Yeah. Is that going to be good enough though? I guess we'll find out. We can play with these numbers after this. Wow. That just got a lot simpler. All right, cool. Let's see how this works. Not you. There we go. Now we have rivers cutting through the land. I made that way harder than it needed to be. Okay. Now, let's make the land not so bumpy, because we're going to put a city on it. Let's make this go down to 110. Alter that, make it smoother. Okay. Okay. Now, this is going to be important here, because I want to have... This is 98 now. So we're gonna go up to like 100 on the Y. Yeah, we're gonna go up to like 100 on the Y. Or 101. Let's see, 101. There was one part over here. Is that gonna make this bad? No. No, no, no. It'll be fine. We're gonna go up to 100 on the Y. And we're gonna put some water there. So material provider. So on the horizontal material provider, we're going to do a Q, we're going to do horizontal, or can we do a pond filler? Should I do a pond filler? I'm not quite sure on how this should work. What the correct way to implement this is, you know? But if it's empty, what I can do is I need everything to be empty, except for if you're empty and you are between 95 and 100, then what you're going to be doing, so this is empty, right? You're going to be filling yourself with some water. I think this is okay. I think we got to do water source. I'm not quite sure on how this is going to work. Water, fluid water. Okay. No, I didn't like that. So if you're empty, you're just gonna stay empty. Oh, this is top. 100 to 95. There we go. Okay, that's good. Except it has a fluid water, and I don't know if we need to do fluid water. I think it's not fluid water, it's water source. Water source, like there should be a source block. How did I figure out that that was wrong? There we go. See, there definitely was another thing there. I don't know. All right, so we have water here. So now we have some rivers. And what we're going to do is just put the city on top of it. And it shouldn't spawn now because it should be looking for stone. And so because it's looking for stone, all these rivers will not spawn. Or all of these houses will not spawn. So let's throw this back up and see what happens. Nope, it still put it there. It still did it there, huh? And that's because it found the stone underneath the water. Okay, no, no, no. It just looked for the stone here. I see, I see. Okay. So this was stone, and therefore it placed it on top. Okay. The river wasn't wide enough, or didn't check. How can I check this now? So these positions I need to do that. Is it the locator prop? A pattern, a scanner. A linear scanner. So this scanner might be it, huh? A radial scanner. Is it a radial scanner? I wonder how the radial scanner works. Props. Props, probably still. Or is it scanners? We have scanners still. So we have a radial scanner. Starts at the anchor block, then moves outward closest to farthest. The reach of this scanner around the anchor. Why does it have a bound though? So what I'm hoping is that it will look for these floor patterns and it will make sure that all of them are empty. I don't know if this is going to work like that though. We're going to do a radial scanner. All right, wait, do I need to do a linear scanner though first? So a linear scanner, and we're going to check every single, we're going to check the y-axis, right? How can I get the current height, you know? Because I don't want to check the whole column. I just want to check the surface. But those that will change depending on the height of the biome, right? If some biomes might be at like 100, some might be at like, you know, 200. So I want to make sure a city can spawn at any one of those Y heights. I wonder how I can do this efficiently. I don't know how these scanners stack as well now. Like, it's pretty cool that you can stack them. Scans linearly block by block. Scans only the origin position. Okay. Do I need to have a scanner? Optional scanners. Optional scanner slot. Oh my goodness. All right, so I don't think I need to do that then. Scan starts at the anchor, then moves outward closest to farthest. Q imported radially. Linear scans block by block. Okay, okay. So I think I just want a radial scanner. And the radial scanner needs to be, so I don't need to have an origin scanner. I can just do a radial. I just, yeah, sometimes, so like, this wasn't updated before when I made all this. I'm glad it's updated now. I don't need that scanner. We're doing a radial scanner. We're just going to check. Okay, so it's starting at the Y, I see. So it's going to probably check everything within the Y as well. I am at... However, do I need to stack these? Because is this going to just start at the Y bottom? So let's do 100. Y equals 100, and then we're going to start 0, 0. That's one bound. I don't know if this is the anchor point. Like, it says anchor. It could be the anchor. It could be the anchor of the square grid, right? Could be the anchor of the square grid. So is it only checking... Wait, did I just say 100? All right, so 0, 0 meaning the origin of the grid point, but I want to check at the y equals 100. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope that it starts here. Now it does say around the, well, it starts with the anchor and it goes here, but like, I'm not sure if I understand. Then moves outwards from closest to farthest. The reach of the scanner around the anchor. The reach of the scanner around the anchor. The bounds. The reach of the scanner around the anchor. So let's, the reach of the scanner around the anchor. So if we do 90, where's the anchor point? I don't know. I don't know how it's scanning this. It says radially. And then we'll just do we want to do -10 and negative 10, like, so that way it goes from 90, -10, -10, and then goes up to 100, and we'll do 120, and we'll go 10, 10. So hopefully it checks every block like that within that 24 by 24 radius. I don't know. We will now copy paste this though, especially on the houses right here. This will be the most obvious one. Let's just do these two for now and see what happens. Alright, it got rid of everything. Probably because, again, I think it's starting from the anchor point, and the anchor point is at y equals 0. Yeah, and I'm not sure if I understand these bound points. Let me see if I can stack them. So we're going to go linearly on the y-axis. Then we're going to go to a radial scanner. Okay, so now this should make more sense as we go up min inclusive. We're going to go from 90 to 120 like we wanted to, and it's going to check every block linearly, but then now it's going to go up these bounds. So I'm not going to worry about the y, and it's just going to go from -10 to 10. So it'll check this square around. It'll go out around radially until it gets to -10 and 10. I hope. We'll see what happens. No, it did not like that. It didn't like that at all. Does it not like... Does it not like the fact that it has a 0y? I mean, that shouldn't matter though, right? Because if I want to do... if it's just a radial... Like, I imagine this is scanning on the y-axis from 0 to wherever. Actually, no, from 90 to 120. And it's just going here. And then it's making a new anchor point at this spot, right? This is the anchor point, and so it's going starting at that point from 90, and then it's going to go radially from -10. Oh, this should be -10. Maybe that's why I messed up. Because it only checked... Well, those two were the same, and so couldn't even check any points. No. Didn't look like that helped. Okay. So that's not it. -10 and -10, 10 to 10. Ah! What if I just do a linear scanner without the radial one? Yeah, okay. So it will eventually find it. And this floor needs to be redone too, huh? or the anchor point needs to be redone for this. Oh, wait. I think I know how to do that right away. So this locator prop, I can actually do a linear scanner and a pattern for every single prop in there, huh? I think I need to do that. So this just got bigger, not more complicated. I'm pretty sure this will be fine. But yeah, so this is actually going to be here. We're going to copy and we're going to paste it over here. We're going to delete this. We're going to this is the union that we want. Okay. Let's just move this up. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad I can customize this though, like a lot. This is highly customizable, which is really nice. That's exactly what we're going for, right? Um, so first I can do I can randomly rotate it. Oh, but that random rotation is gonna happen after, isn't it? Oh, oh, kind of. Because so basically what I mean, what it's gonna happen is that it will, you know what? Let's just see if it does that before I mess with anything else. Let's do an experiment. Make sure that what I'm thinking is correct. So we're gonna do the offset. Um, we're gonna do the offset before we do the locator. So yes, we're gonna do a locator now. And this is what we want here. Okay. Nice. Okay. All right, and then we're going to just copy paste this. Oops, that's way off. Copy. All right, nope. Nope. Copy. Paste. And then we're going to do this one needs to come over here. This goes up, this goes from there and to there. Okay. Then again, this connection is deleted. Paste this here. This goes down to there, and this goes up to here. Okay. We can also quickly do it for this if we wanted. Actually, no. Ooh, do we need to do it for this? Yeah. We can just do the linear scanner. We don't need the radial one anymore. Except I do need to check the radial one. Like I want to check to see if this works first. Yes, see how it lowered it? It lowered it. All right, perfect. So this is lowered, that's raised. That is basically exactly how I want these to be. I do need to alter the terrain as well. Maybe I need I need to increase the what is it called? The anchor. The anchor needs to be up one or so. Also, all these pathings, all this stuff, like I need to kind of adjust the building height for all of that. Or the terrain height. I need to, yeah, make all adjustments. So here we are getting some things. Oh, yes, and see how this is on top of that stone piece. So that's perfect in its size. But yeah, I need to check radially from here. So how do I do that? How do I check if... Do I just do a linear scanner? XY? Because that's not gonna work. I do want a radial one. I do want a radial one. Starts at the anchor block, then moves outwards from closest to farthest. So this should be anchored to the linear one now, I'd imagine. So the bounds should be here. Like minus 10, 10, and up minus 10, this is what I had before and it broke. So I don't know if it will break again. It probably will. We'll find out. Excuse me. Yeah, it made all of them disappear. Did it make all of them disappear because it needs to be perfectly flat? Okay, how about this? If I delete this and I just do base height, it will work with a perfectly flat area and it should all come back on. Nope, it didn't come back. I was hoping that, because I was thinking if it had one of those blocks, right? It's checking all of these blocks. It's starting here, it's saying okay, 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 okay. As soon as it gets to here, it says, oh, this is error, it's not okay. None of this is okay now, and it just deletes all of it. So I thought that if it's perfectly flat, it would give the signal to place it there. But it didn't. It didn't give the signal. Is this just too big? Oh, because no, it's 24 by 24. So it's not outside of the range for this. Do I need to put origin here? Let's see if I put origin there, does that help it at all? I mean, it didn't really stop or prevent the linear scanning from working before, because that's what I was using, and I just had the origin there, because I didn't know what it did. And it worked. No, it still doesn't like it, so it didn't change anything. Alright, can delete it. Okay. Are my bounding boxes wrong? This child scanner, the child scanner to run for every block scanned by this scanner. The child scanner to run for every block scanned by this scanner. So yeah, if I put a linear one, and it's going to go for the XZ at this point, right? It's scans linear block by block. So it should run only on... I have a union of positions there. On the origins for these 25 by 24 grid, right? So I have a grid. It should only be running, the linear scanner should only be running at these origins. It should not be scanning anywhere else, right? That's what the linear scanner does, and it goes up the y-axis. Yes, from 90 to 120. Perfect. And then it will do this child scanner on each of those blocks. It will. The reach of this scanner around the anchor. Reach of this scanner around the anchor. The reach. It will check. And it's gonna check for this pattern, right? I think it does just need to be 1, 1, huh? It must be 1, 1. It just probably doesn't like having the ones or zeros there. So now it has a radial scanner. I feel like this is still going to break it because it's still going to be looking for this pattern, which is saying I need a rock and empty block above it, and it's going to find nothing like that. I just need to change this for all of them, huh? Let me change it for all of them, and then we'll go and make the world flat. Okay. Let's see if this works now. Delete this, make the world flat. Will that work now? No, I didn't like it still. Interesting. It didn't like it. From point A to point B. I really don't understand why this is not working. Let's see. Negative 10 to 10. Negative 10 to 10 to 10, 10, right? From the origins. It's going from here to here. And it's going to radially go outward. But it doesn't like this at all. So what doesn't it like? Does it have to be positive? Because if it's radially going outward, does it have to just be on one axis? I'm like 0, 0, negative 10 or 10. Does that have to be positive? We can try that. Let's I don't, it doesn't make sense to me, but like, so it's gonna go from, because it's a radial, it's gonna go all around it to the negative parts too. So maybe it's just saying how far on one direction do you want to go, how far on another direction do you want to go, and it's gonna do that plane. Maybe. So this is the purple blocks, right? So do my purple blocks come back? No, the purple blocks do not come back. I don't know why I pulled that up just now, out of habit, I guess, because I see that one message. I think it's just the Hytale community. Discord. Excuse me. Is it just 0, 0, 0, and then it goes out to 10? Like, does that make sense? Nope. Starts at the origin, goes to 10, goes to 10, 10. Goes to 10, 10, 0. No. Like, I don't understand why the radial scanner's not working. Starts at the anchor block, then moves outward from closest to farthest. The reach of this scanner around the anchor, integer bounds. The reach around this radial scanner. Reach around this radial scanner. The reach around this radial scanner. So like, here's a radial scanner. Starting at the origin, and it's going to go outwards. Okay, and here's the bounds. It's going to be a block bounds, a square, cuboid bounds. And it's going to start the origin. The origin meaning this linear scanner. Should be, because this is a child. So it's going to start at this Y. So I shouldn't have to add any Y. And then it's going to go from -10, -10. Not go from, going from the origin. But it's going to stop at this cuboid. -10 and -10, 10, 10. Or rather, this is actually -10, -10 is a comma. Because this is actually what? Like -10, 10, and 10, -10, or what have you. This is the cuboid, so it's going to go with this. Alright. Right? This is what it should be scanning. It's starting at the origin. And it's going to go around block by block by block by block until it hits these bounds. Right? How is this wrong? How can this be wrong? What other way can you implement it that says, no, that's bad? Origin linear Q imported, Q radial random. No. Here's the bounds. It told me to use this point A and point B. I have to use this point A, point B, right? That's what it tells you. Bounds 3D, bounds there. I have to use this. And each of these is saying I need a vector. Okay. Here's the vector. This vector should be based on this adult scanner, child and adult, this parent, and the parent is scanning 90, 2, and 20 on the y-axis, so it should use this as the parent. This parent, it'll be like, I'm at, 120 and then 90y and -80z, right? It's going to do that. And that's going to be fed into here. And so 0, 0 should be that 90y. 90 to 120. So I shouldn't need this. Man. Oh, wait. It needs to have a Y. It needs to check the one above it because it needs to check. Wait, unless it hits the floor pattern. You know what? I'm just gonna try one. I'm just gonna try 0, 1. Right? We're gonna try 0 and we're gonna try 1. Try 0 and 1. I don't know if this will help at all. It maybe will. My guess is still won't work. I think it's something more fundamental than this, but maybe it wasn't checking the Ys, even though that's kind of silly because the floor pattern itself is saying, hey, check the one above it. So it'd be really awkward if the scanner itself needed that permission. Really? The scanner itself needs that permission. All right, well, sure. Let's see what happens now when we do this, because now when we scan it, there's going to be lots of triggers for this radial scanner to say, no, it doesn't work. Because it's going to go and find one of these spots. Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. How does the scanner work now? Wait, what happened there? Wait, what's happening there? Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Got it. I see. So it's not scanning for okay. It is scanning for okay locations. So it's gonna start somewhere, and as soon as it finds one that's like, hey, I found it, it's gonna place the whole prop there. It's not just checking the whole area to see if it's okay. It's just checking one of those spots to see if it's okay. So then okay. Okay, how do I, is there a way to check the entire area? I don't want the radial scanner anymore. I understand how it works now, though. We still just want this. The problem, though, is that I'm getting things spawning on top of the river because this block is okay, even though these blocks aren't. How is this a problem with the position field then? Am I gonna have to remove those positions? Or can I get a scanner to check this and come back with a oops, I don't want to open that up. Close window. Queue. Runs all the scanners in the queue one after another. Okay, don't want to do that too. The pattern. Or is this just gonna be a massive floor pattern where I'm gonna have to check all of these patterns? I think that's how it's gonna have to work. Okay, I think because I remember there is an offset, right? There is an offset pattern. Yeah, okay. So what I can do is then check to see if there's water below it on the extremities. Yeah. Only the extremities? I think that will work for now. I'm sorry. I think if I do the extremities, that'll work for now. I can imagine where, so basically here, this is how it works. Okay, we're gonna do a floor pattern and we're gonna go okay, check this spot, but also check this spot, this spot, this spot, this spot. These are gonna be the extremities of the blocks. And so if any of these are going to be water, but how deep am I gonna scan this for water? What if I just check 3 parts down? 3 blocks down? Yeah, because the points that I'm checking, it's always going to be one right here. I don't really care about these, I don't think. I can just place the prop on top. The problem is the prop being placed over here on this edge. And that's true no matter what. So if I don't mind it overhanging too much, because again, I'm going to try to adjust a lot of these and adjust the land. But if the extremity, if there's like what, should I just take 3 blocks below? How deep, how far below am I going to go for water? Right? And is it just water? Right? Am I okay with it being really, really high on the land? How am I gonna do this? How is this done well? Right? Because I feel like this floor pattern, the pattern here, will be um, computationally intensive if I make them too complicated. So let's do a pattern. We're doing a floor pattern, right? And we're gonna check the origin. The origin, as long as it's empty, we're gonna place it down. Right? That's essentially, oops, that's essentially saying, hey, the origin is going to be right here, and here's the floor that's going to be underneath it, okay? So the origin, that's fine. That's block is empty. That's good. Now we're checking this. We're going to check this for stone. We're going to slide way over here. We're going to offset it. Check this one for stone. See, do I want to check it for stone though? Because now I'm necessitating it to be flat, which I don't want it to do. I'm okay with building some area. Right? We're just kind of what is it called? Demoing this. I just want to make sure that the river is clear. So I need to offset it and then check offset it this way and offset it down by how many blocks. Like this one right here was like this one. I want to get rid of these. Maybe if it's just like 5 blocks below, right? 5 blocks below, if there's air or anything, if it's not stone, 5 blocks below, then you have to get rid of it. Because how much space is here? Is 5 enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it will be like, yep, there's air there, so it's just going to get rid of all of this. This one, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's okay with that one. And you know what? I think I'm okay with that one. This one, though, this one is water or air. Because here it's going to come out here. I think it was probably like, okay, that just broke off. The prefabs, man. It probably checked a 10 by 10, right? 10 by 10. I have to check the way extremities. So like this right here is going to come out all the way over here, and it's going to check these corners. Water or, yeah, water or air. Because like right here, this one too, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And it's going to be saying, oh no, it's going to be okay with this because there's stone there. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no. I don't want that one to be there. So do I need to check all of these locations? How do I go about doing this in an efficient way? Is there a way to... This is like a scanner again. I'm gonna need like a scanner. Urgh. Okay. Is there an offset? There's no offset of the scanner. All right, well, let's see how slow down it will get. So we're doing a floor pattern. Oops, come on. All of these move way over here. Floor pattern, and we're going to say and, because it needs all of these. A field function pattern. No. A cuboid pattern. What does that mean? Okay, that makes it much easier. Kind of, because I just said some air is okay. So maybe I don't want a cuboid. I think I want a cuboid at the corners. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Cuboid at the corners. So we're going to do and. We're going to do and here. This is fun. I like finding solutions. All right, and we're going to do this one. Okay. And we're going to do a offset, and we're going to do 4 offsets at 4 corners of the thing. So first, it does have to have stone underneath it. So the origin is empty. The one right below it needs to be stone. Sure, for now. Like that will change, but for now. And then we're going to do an offset. This one is the big block. So this is minus 10, plus 10, plus 10. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 for the 4 different corners. We're going to add all these up. Okay. I need to check this pattern one too, though. Pattern. Make sure these patterns, this cuboid pattern, is it going to check every single block in there? It defines a cuboid region relative to the pattern's origin. Pattern origin. Oh, okay. I think that's fine. Because with origin, now we're doing offset. We're going to go start from there. The region is anchored by min-max inclusive points. This is similar to the shape of the creative selection tool. The sub-pattern is tested against every position inside the cuboid. The cuboid validates only if all the inner positions are validated by the sub-pattern. Okay, so yes, that's, I think, how we want it to be. We're saying if it's, if every single block underneath it is, no wait, is validated, right? This is a validated, this is a positive point. If against every position inside the cube, the pattern validates only if it's these. So I'm saying 4 blocks below, we're gonna check. No, 5 blocks below, we're gonna check. If on the 5th block, right, only if it's gonna validate only on the check. So my thing was that if it's 5 blocks below, like this is okay. I'm gonna print this because this says it's either air or stone all the way down. Air or stone all the way down. If it becomes, yeah, air or stone all the way down. Okay. All the way up to 4 blocks. 5 blocks. It needs to have something though. A cuboid, it's going to check all of those, and it's going to say I need for 4 blocks, I need stone or air, and then on the 5th block is stone, because that means there's a gap in there. The gap is not filled with water, so we have our river that's free, and it's going to make sure that there's not hanging over a cliff. It's not hanging over a cliff. So I'm offsetting these. This is going to be big now. This is going to be big. Can we just like go way over here? I have to like do all this down here. Oh, come on. Why doesn't it want to select? So the offset is going to be, here's the cuboid, right? So minus 10, minus 10. We're going to check that corner first. That pattern, again, is going to be another AND pattern. As we just demonstrated, we need to have an AND pattern, which is going to be the cuboid. And then it's also going to be another offset. And then offset is going to be 5 down on the y-axis. Okay, and that y-axis, as long as that block type pattern is this stone. Okay, so now we're saying as long as that one's stone. Okay, but everything in between needs to be either stone or air. If there's water, don't do it. So it's going to check the subpattern. The subpattern is going to be also an OR. Okay, an OR pattern, where that OR pattern is going to be, see how big this is going to get crazy. Where that OR pattern is going to be these three. Or air. Here's the air. Empty. Okay, so that's good. Perfect. Now our min and max is going to be min, or max and min. Doesn't really matter. Our max, because yeah, it's just gonna, it should be checking all the blocks anyway. We don't want to change the y, right? Because we're already at the corner, so we're just gonna go down. Oh no, we do want to go down. We want to go down -4. This is the minimum, sure. And the x and z don't change either. This is it. We're just gonna check those 4 blocks down, and then on the 5th block, we're gonna make sure it's stone. If it's air, guess what? You're done. You can't print there because you're too far up. You're off a cliff. So here we go. That's this scanner, and then we just need to copy paste this for all the corners. So actually, let me just delete that, and then this is good. We're going to copy paste this offset. Okay. Okay, here we go. There's one. This can go like up here now. This can go up here. I think that's fine. And then we're going to have to change all of this again because this is huge. We're going to go and copy this and paste and paste. Okay. Sure, and then we have an AND pattern where all of these need to be true. This and this and this and this. Our offset though, so we start at -10, -10. Now this is, again, this is the cuboid, so we're just going to go to the 4 corners of the cube. So -10, -10, -10, +10, +10, -10, and then +10, +10. All right. And that should be it. We're just going to check those 4 corners, make sure all of this is okay. And if so, we're going to print the thing. So all of these will be fine. All of those should be fine. Ones like this should disappear. These 2 should disappear. How far is this though? This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. So actually this one should be fine. So this one is going to be okay, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4. How about this one? This is too far up. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's going to be safe as well, unless this is too far. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also safe. Okay, no. Ooh. 1, 2, 3. That was only 3. 4, 5. So this one should get deleted. All right. So all of these 3 should be deleted, and this one should stay if it's all working as I want. Let's see. Please delete the exact ones that I want. No, this one stayed. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On 0. So I mean, that I'm glad actually that that worked out well. Kind of. This one though, I'm just confused now because this one is 5 blocks air, and I made sure that the 5th block is stone. So maybe what happened is, because the origin should be up here, inside. The origin's there. So when I come over, I offset -10, -10, right? I come over to the corner. So I should start here. And this cuboid pattern starts at 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what it is. I am going way too far. 0, 3 to -4. All right. Because, of course, you can't start counting at 0. That's how computers work. They count from 0. So this is now 3, and then this is 4, and this will be 5 blocks total. 3, and then this is 4. All right. Everything that's okay. So now this one should disappear. All right. Okay. Perfect. So now we just got to apply this scanner, which the nice thing that we can do is that we can just say, hey, this is going to be a scanner, and we can just import it. But the problem is that all of these offsets are different because this is not cuboid. Yeah, no, I want to make sure that each subsection, each subprop is also going to be treated with the same floor pattern. So again, all of these need to come down way down here. Yeah, I think also what I can do is I could just take these back a little bit. Oops, did I just click anything? Horizontal rotations, no, that's fine. That's what I wanted. All right, so we're gonna click right here, bring these back, and then we're going to copy paste this. Oh my goodness, I need to call somebody. Or text somebody. All right, so now we have a union prop for these. This is going to be this house 3. All right, and so basically we're still though going to be checking. Okay, we want to delete this. We're going to copy paste this whole thing. This scanner needs to move actually, so I can grab this real fast. Copy, oops, copy, paste. And that didn't seem to really cause an issue with timing. Like the scanners or patterns seem to be really fast, and I guess that makes sense as long as you're not checking anything too crazy. It's just a bunch of if statements, right? And if statements are pretty fast, since there's no like crazy while loop. The cuboids I thought would take a lot, but I guess that is only like 4 blocks. Yes, that's considered fast. So this now is -7. This prefab though, we're doing 24 by 24 grids, right? So I just subtracted 7 from the 24. So we're starting here. It's 12 by 12. Or is it 12 by 12? 11 by 11, right? 11 by 11? Because we start from 0. Right, we're starting from 0. This the grid is 24 by 24, which means it goes from 0 to -11 to +11, right? This would be 12 blocks. This would be 12 blocks. No, 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. This is 11 blocks with a 12. This would be 23. See, and because of how this works now, I'm not sure of the exact positions of the thing. Oh, wait. I did adjust all of that, though, with these offsets, didn't I? I think. Oh, well. All right. We'll think about this more. If I have a 24 by 24, let's just work with 12 by 12 for now, in which case, if I'm at -7, to get to -12, I just need to go back 5 more. So we're going to go back 5. But then the z is, because um, the long one, the 1 by 2. So I need to make sure I go up 6. No, 24 by 24, that's 12. Up. So minus 5. Yeah, -5, -6, and then -5 plus 6. That should be it. -5, -6. -5 plus 6. Plus 5 minus 6. And then plus 5 plus 6. Okay, and everything else should be the same. It's only those offsets that need to be adjusted. So then with this one down here, how am I gonna fit all this, you know? Okay, this should be fine. The scanner needs to move. And then we need to, is this still there? It's still there. All right. I don't remember. So these are for the small houses now. The small houses, this is being +6 plus 6. So in order to get to the edge of the block, I mean, really, I just need to think about the size of the prefabs, and I need to make sure I write down these numbers and keep them like forever. If I do a 12 by 12, for example, if I do a 12 by 12 prefab, which I think that's what these things are, it might be 11 by 11. Oh man, let's see if, oh, you know, I have them right here. I have them right here. So let's find. I probably should have done the same thing here. Let's look at this. The edge, the corner got taken off, even though it's, even though it's not being touched. So here it's 22 by 11, right? So 22. So I already did -7, right? So this is not going to be enough, of course. Oh, okay, -7. But this is accurate. I need to go back another 4. So this is 11 blocks, right? Out of 20 on a 24 grid. So if the origin is here, and I go back 7 blocks, that's where I'm placing it, right? That's where I'm placing this one. As you can see, if this is the origin right here, this would be -7. So all I need to do is -4. If I do -4, I'll be okay. And then I need to go actually up 11. Let's go back. Let's go back. -5. Or this is fine. We'll just do fine. -11. Or is that okay? I think that's okay. If I do, or it's just 10. It might just be 10 because no, we should do 11 because the whole this is the scanner is coming over. Should I worry about the cell? I shouldn't worry about the cell size. I should worry about the actual prop. The prop is 22, so that means I'll do 11. So we're gonna do 11 and 11. We'll keep the 5, And then we're gonna do 11 and 11. I don't know why. I thought 6. 6 is the smaller prefab. All right, let's go to that smaller prefab now. So the smaller prefab is this big, right? I don't think anything sticks out further than the rooftop, right? And that rooftop is aligned. So yeah, I think we're good. So this is 11 by 11. An 11 by 11 prefab is going to be +5 -5, right? +5 -5. So this is 5 and 5, and then this is 5 and 5, and this is 5 and 5 and 5 and 5. Okay, and this one should be the same. So I can do this 4 by a small pattern, small block, quarter block. Maybe I'll do quarter block. So that way I can just copy and paste this onto here and make this so much more simple for myself here by importing it into this small block for the last one. Okay. All right. And then we'll do a half block here too, because half block for this half block, and then we'll import it for both of these, because actually all of these can be the same. Like all I need to do is just do. Oh, wait. I didn't change these yet. So they're only going to be looking at their yeah, the locator prop needs to be opposite. This needs to be opposite, right? This is the union. And then this is, we have the two offsets. And then here we place the locator with, oops, with this imported pattern, which is that half block. Okay. Do not do this to me. Do not do this to me. Saved it before it crashed. Okay. Okay. Saved it before it crashed. Okay, good. I thought I was about to lose all of that freaking work, man. Oh, wow. I would have flipped. All right. So we have, there we go. That's that offset. Okay. And then we're going to that out, lift that up so we can just kind of place that in there. Still not fitting. Just move this and move this. Okay, that seems like it's okay. Then we're just gonna throw that cuboid here, and that's the half block pattern. Okay. And now for the 4, we actually want the union first. Okay. And then we actually want the offset first as well. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then we're going to just import the quarter block floor pattern. We're going to copy and paste all of these. Import. And it was quarter block. I'm just gonna make sure I get it correct though. Yep, quarter block. And then here's the quarter block one. Okay. Let's move these down a little bit more. So a little bit more space. This. All right. Let's see. Something went wrong. We lost a lot of things. I don't know why. Did I just do these right? So this is a random rotator prop with a union offsetting these two. So these are the offsets, because this is my blue and red block, right? And so that's what's creating this problem, right? I have the red, but not the blue anymore. Why not? What happened to the blue ones? So I am offsetting at -5, and this is 5. I have a locator. Oh, this is wrong. This is out. Blue just wasn't connected. That's all. Are all of these connected? Because none of these are popping up too, the pink, light pink, and all that stuff. So I think that's all. Let's check now. Make sure the blues pop back up. Yeah, okay. Oh nope, that's wrong. That's bad. And that's incorrect. Half block, half block. The blue one, right? Subtracting 5. Why is the half block thing wrong? Shouldn't be. So let's see. We got -5, -11, -5 plus 11, plus 5 -11, plus 5 plus 11. So that should be the full range, the 10. Right, I have a 10 by 20 for these blocks. 10 by 20. Oh, and guess what? 11 is right there. That's why. So this needs to be 10. Oops, did I just delete that? No, 10. So yeah. So that has to be 10. And I think that will work now. Yep, okay. You, though, should not be here because your prefab is bigger than that. Yeah. So the blue blocks are a little bit smaller than these, so these should be gone as well. But if I do that, it's going to increase this, which was my worry. Anyway, I was thinking that if something is being placed here, it's just going to go right over the water. So do I need to add even more points? Should I do a cuboid for everything below it? I mean, is that too much? What if I do that? Just make a cuboid and be like, anything within that 4x4 range needs to be air and stone. Air or stone. I could try that. I mean, look at this though. It's looking okay. It's looking okay. Like, I'm glad if I can get rid of some of these though too, that would look really good. If I can get rid of some of these. So really my cuboid actually probably could just be like 2 blocks underneath. If there's, and then check 3. So 2 blocks underneath, as long as it's stone and water, we're good. And then the third block, if it's just, but I feel like this one though should be okay with, you know, with its locations. It should just push that one out a bit more. It just needs to push the stone. This one's okay. It just needs a little bit of foundation. Maybe I can give all of the blocks like 3 blocks of foundation. That's what I can do. I'll give all of these 3 blocks of foundation. But first I need to check to see if the 4th block is not empty on all the corners. So let's try a new pattern. What time is it? It's 12:15. I feel like I need to go. Alright, I do need to go, but I also want to try this now. Even though I did all this work with all these functions here, I want to do one more scanner. However, I do need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to go to the bathroom real fast. I think all I have to do is this one, and that should have, nope, this one. Is that right? Yes, yes it is. All right, it finally updated. So I was just checking to see if my mute, my back screen, which I still have not worked on, is coming up, and it is. And now I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back, and I will finish this. I'll just do the scanners, and we'll be done for the day. Okay, I'm back. Um, I haven't drank anything too since I started. That's really not good. It's getting really dry here, in Las Vegas, and it's bad. I need to make sure I drink. Okay, let's start this. First I need to change it back. I think it's that one. Yes. All right, we're good. Let's also get chat back up, even though it's only going to be like 20 more minutes or something, and also no one's there. So let's see. I want to adjust these things, right? I want to do a cuboid. That's right. I want to do a cuboid. I want tab this one. I'm going to now kind of just move this out of the way. And delete these. All right, so it needs to have that. And then we're going to do a cuboid pattern. And the sub pattern, min and max, we're going to go from -10 -10 to and starting from 0. I think that's what we'll do. And then we're going to go to minus or +10, +10, and -4. Okay. And that will be all 5. But on the bottom layer, so wait. So I'm trying to get a picture of this in my head, okay? All right. So essentially, here's the building, okay? So I'm saying any part of this straight underneath can have brick or air, right? So like something like this. So if I kind of just cut this part out, if it has air, it's okay. I'm okay with this. So it can't even be like this, honestly. Right? As long as by the 5th block down on either side it has a block. Yeah, I need 1 layer. Should I do 5 blocks or should I do something else? I want probably 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. I need 4 blocks. All right. So it's gonna be a cuboid, and we're going to say, because that's right, because I'm actually going to just fill it up. I'm gonna make a 3-block foundation. So in fact, I don't even need to check this. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I need to check this because I also don't want to build it on the shore, right? I don't want to build it on the shore. So like, for example, if this is water, right? I need to make sure none of this is water because if I just check this right now, uh, and just say like, hey, go 3 under and see if there's a solid slab of block, solid slab of rock, then I'm going to place a thing here, even if it's all water. I don't want to check that. I want to make sure it's only stone or air. This has to be empty. And then I'll place it and the foundation, the 3-block foundation, however, or whatever foundation I want to put. So this needs to be true, and all of this needs to be air or rock. Can't be water. Okay, got it. So yes, we are going to do this. We're going to go -3 though, right? That's what we wanted. Or even just -2. Yeah, let's do -2. Let's make it a little bit more restrictive. And then the pattern is the pattern is rock and empty. So we're gonna do this. Copy. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go put it here. All right, this needs to move now. All of this needs to move out of the way. Okay. I wonder if there is an easy way to also do min-max of just your cube prop, right? I wish we can have like boundaries set there like that too. Anyway, yeah, that should be fine. That right there is good. And we need another cuboid though. Another cuboid. Where this one is going to be the same as these. Except we are going to go -3 to -3. Right? I'm only going to be checking this one section. Oh, is that going to work? Because I don't know if it will like this min-max. I figure they're gonna have to be different. Oh no, what do I do? Oh no. These are different though. This is different. So it should be fine. It should be fine. And then this one is only gonna be stone. It has to be a stone. A stone foundation. Alright. Cool. So that gets rid that will hopefully get rid of all this into this. Oh wow, okay. Everything's floating now, because of course it is, since it's okay if it's air. Dang it. All right. Of course it was going to do this. Is this ascending order? Or if I do that, click that, is it going to be on the ground? There we go. So now it's going to be the going from the opposite, or yeah, going from there, and it's going to be the first time it sees that, except this. Why is this like this? This shouldn't have come up, right? Because this is 1, 2, 3, and then that's air. So I don't think it did this one, huh? Did it? So this is saying all this is going to be rock or stone. And this one's saying at -3, it must be stone. So you know what? I think going to -4 is fine because ideally it's not gonna the surface you're building on is not gonna go like this. So if this is rock, this one should be rock too. The layer underneath it. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with changing that to go one more down for it to work. Hopefully that will get rid of this one now too. No, it didn't. It just kept it. Why? Why? Why did it keep it there? What? So this is an and. It's saying it must be this or this, rock and stone, but 4 blocks down, 3 to 4 blocks down, it must be rock. If it's not, this cuboid. Wait, how does the cuboid work? The sub-pattern is tested against every position inside. The cuboid pattern validates only if all inner positions are validated by the sub-pattern. Only if every position is validated by this one. -3, -4. -3, 0. 1, 2, 3. Look at 3. -3. 0, -1, -2, -3. This right here has air. What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. Hmm. I don't understand. Because this -3 to -4, it should be solid stone. This clearly, this -3 to -4 is not solid stone. This cuboid pattern. So it's going to check the points there. That's fine. Then it should know, it should understand about doing the -x10 +10, or -10x -10z2 +10x +10z from -3 to -4. Like that should work. Max and min, I don't think it matters. Oh yes it does for the y. For the y it matters. No, 0 to -2. Oh wait, that's right, 0 to -2. No, but this is, yeah, that's right, that's right. What am I doing? -3 to -4, right? That's, no, max is, yeah, -3 is bigger than -4. Come on, my brain. All right, that's correct. -3, -4, right? -3, -4. I don't think it matters. You know what? Let's just switch it. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, I couldn't have possibly imagined that the order would even matter, actually. If it does, I might be more confused about how it's drawing these squares. All right, yeah, I don't think it matters. I'm just gonna revert it back to how it was. This is that, that's that. But like, it's cuboid and, I mean, this should work. This is an and pattern, which means this one has to be true. How is this coming back true? How is this one coming back true? When clearly 0, 1, 2, like, that's this one right here should be coming back false because it's putting, yeah, there's only stone here. Does it need to, the sub pattern is this block set, right? Yeah, sub pattern is fine. I mean, block set is the correct one, not block type. Okay. -10. I mean, is it just to try to do -2, -3? This is even worse. What happened here? The cuboid is just not working well, I guess. Like, I don't understand why the cuboid is completely failing. Wait, this is like, I mean, these are okay. This is fine. That's okay. But this is going into, that makes sense. It's going in there because it's putting it there on top of that block. Okay, that's fine. This right here and that right there, I didn't notice one before, but this is bad. That's bad. I mean, it clearly says pattern origin, cuboid region, min, max. Okay, wait. Cuboid region, min, max, min, max. Inclusive points. This is similar to the shape of the creative selection tool. The subpattern is tested against every position inside the cuboid. The cuboid pattern validates only if all the inner positions are validated by the subpattern. And so min and max cuboid region, its pattern origin is just lowering that by 2. Like, it doesn't seem to be working at all. What if I were to get rid of this one? And so all I'm doing is looking at minus, let's do -3, -4 again. And those points need to be rock. No, I don't. Pattern origin. So I'm doing the locator. I've located a spot that is this cuboid. No, okay, yeah, every single point, right? It's on the position. So the position fields, it goes to the position. It's looking through from 90 to 120, and it's going to go from to here. It's looking at these points to see if I can place it. All right, this is the placement check. Check. So here, as long as the origin is empty. So here's the origin. So it goes first empty block. It goes, hey, I found an empty block, right? That's what it's doing. It's starting from 90. It's going up, and I found an empty block here. As I poke up through the terrain, here's an empty block. Let's check, right? Here's the origin. So the origin is that empty block. From that origin, I'm checking -3, -4 on the Y. Right? That is... Oh, wait. We are reversing here, ascending. This is +3 and +4, I bet now. Got it. Because I bet we're going down. I have to think about it in the opposite direction. So this is now no longer 3 and 4. It is going to -3, -4. It's going from 3 to 4. How about if I just do 3, 3? That's what I wanted in the first place. No, it did. Oh, how about if I do 3, 4? Nope, it still didn't like it. Oh, I thought I had it. Dang it. Oh man, come on. Why is this not working? We have this 4 pattern. We're checking to see if it's empty. It finds an empty one. It goes and it says, here, let's not do the and anymore because we don't need an and. We're just going to go straight to the cuboid. In fact, I don't want to undo that. I'm just going to delete this like this. We're just going to go straight to the cuboid. The cuboid's going to say, hey, check 3, 3 below us, and it needs to be stone. In fact, that should get deleted because if it is going above the 3, it's not there. An origin. What region is it checking? One of these cannot be right. Like either 3 above it or 3 below it. One of them is not right. Because like if I'm checking above it, there's literally no rocks there. It should come back as false. And if I'm checking below it, this should have red flags. So one of these should trigger it to just not work, and yet it's not doing that. Is my rock stone spelled incorrectly? No. Rock stone. That's what I'm building the world out of. Rock stone. I don't get this. This doesn't make any sense now. Because this should do. Alright, let's do, again, let's do 4, because it shouldn't have an issue with the same Y, but maybe it doesn't like it. Alright, but here, 3, 4, it should be above it. There's no stone above it. Anywhere above it, it should just immediately get deleted. It's not, though. Because it's saying, hey, there's no stone here. But there is. I've been thinking that this is adjusting here. It's not adjusting here. This is just the first adjust. Oh, dang. Okay. Of course. I found it. So, this is the problem. So as we scan, we're looking at here, right? And if I'm scanning below it, right, it's going to come up to the point. So this should help it determine if it's wrong or right, right? This should if I add this, and we go -3, -4. But no, that was the same thing, right? It still killed it. Okay, let's make these positive now again. 0 to 2, 3 to 4. Still, it doesn't move it at all. So as it moves up on this Y vertical, right? As soon as it hits that origin, it's going to say, hey, check to see if these conditions hold. And it's going to say, no. It should say, no. And then it will go up again, and I'll check again, and then again, and again. And honestly, here, it should be always 0. It should just never print. It's same with here. It should never print. I don't understand why it's not. I'm pretty sure this is -3, and then we can do -3. The cuboid itself is just not working. Has to be. Has to be the cuboid not working, right? Like, Except, no, that's, yeah, no. It's minus 10, minus 10. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. Cuboid doesn't seem to be working. Is it because I'm combining it with a floor pattern, maybe? Is the floor pattern what's messing with it? It shouldn't. Floor. It checks if there's a floor below the position. So here's the position, and then it's going to check one below it. Like, it's literally just saying, I'm going to do this pattern, which is that at my position, I need it to be empty, and one below it, I need something. So it's literally just like a combination of block. Yeah, it's a block offset with an and. You can recreate a floor pattern with an offset and a plan and an and. It's just kind of combined to make it more simple, more easy to understand, which makes sense to kind of combine certain functions to make it neater. Common used functions. Commonly used combinations of functions, yeah. But when I do the floor pattern, when I check the floor, I should be doing this cuboid. Like, I just don't understand why this cuboid is not working. So yeah, I don't, oh, excuse me, wow, that was embarrassing. I don't know why this is not working. You check the floor. You check one block below it. That is the origin. See, maybe that's, no. The floor is right here. So maybe this is wrong. No, it's 0. That's, I mean, that makes sense then to check the 0 spot. That's a 0, and we're going to go down -2. Right? Minus 10, minus 10, 10 to -2, 10. Like, that literally is nothing else it could be. And the ore I want is either rock or empty. But when you get down 3 levels, it should be stone. All of it. The fact that this doesn't work doesn't make any sense. Like, I did this, and things started flying, actually. Yeah, that shouldn't make sense either if it's flying, because I have this condition where it should be rock underneath. Oh. Oh no. Rockstone. No, rockstone is right. Right, rockstone. This is the correct solid. That's the correct solid, right? Rock. Rock. Rockstone. Filter rock. Where's my rock stones? It's rock. It's rockstone. It's rockstone. Like, alright. Otherwise the world will be filled with nothing. Yeah, no, this doesn't make sense now. Because this shouldn't be a valid area. I'm sure you have a bunch of air underneath, right? So this is fine. This is triggering to say okay because this is an ore, and so it's like, oh, there's a bunch of empty blocks. That's fine. That's fine. You can check a bunch of empty blocks, and then it's so this one goes yes, okay. But down here, when I get -3, I should have nothing but rock stone, and it's for some reason triggering it to be okay, and it's not okay. And should be all patterns in this list also validate. Like, the cuboid is not validating. Why is it not validating? This doesn't make sense. Only if all the inner positions are validated by the subpattern. Only if all of them are validated. All of its inner positions. Inner positions are these. These are the inner positions. It should be -10 to 10. So when I make this, it should say from -10. So here's the origin, right? We'll say that's the origin. It should go -10, and it should go +10, right? And then it should go -10 and +10, and then that's the x and z, and the y is just -3, -3. It shouldn't move. I should start at -3 and I should end at -3. Like this is my grid, and I should be saying, hey, all of the inner positions, they need to be rock. It needs to be rock. It cannot be anything but rock. What if it's this one? What if it's block type? Am I doing the wrong thing? Is it was I doing set? Is this set wrong? Block type. Block type. Like, if this makes it work, I will flip out because I've been doing this wrong then. No. No, it's all still hovering. It's already 1 o'clock. I don't understand. Block type pattern like this. Solid bottom up. What does that mean? You know, orthogonal rotation? Huh. I mean, what if I just do, instead of floor, I just do this cuboid, which is will be all air, right? All empty. Oops. So when I get a cuboid and it's completely empty from 0 to 2, I will print this thing. So it's gonna be, so the first time I see a cube of all air, that's when it prints. No. No, this doesn't make any sense. They just disappear. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Um, let's see. I want to do the ascending order still. Oh, 90 to 120. That's why. I have made sure to maximize the 120. Wait. Okay, so actually is this 120? This is 120. So that was the first instance where this is true. I've only used air though. What if I do a cuboid pattern here? Oh my gosh, maybe it is the floor that I've been messing up. Just do this. Just do 2 cuboids. Oh wow. Okay. That makes sense, actually. No, it didn't work though. Didn't change anything. Oh, but these are block types still, huh? I wonder if I need to change it to block set again. I don't know if that would matter. I wonder if a block set is one that, I mean, am I using this wrong too? Like, should I just be doing a block set and doing both of these coming from there? I don't know. No, it doesn't. It's not working. Because this, again, this should invalidate that position. The position that they are being placed at right here, I am checking underneath it. I'm checking underneath it. Like, I'm not doing any kind of offset out here. I'm not doing any kind of offset out here. This is simply going up on that Y. And on that Y-axis, I find a spot that is air. No, I find a spot that has this floor pattern, or this pattern. Because it's not a floor pattern anymore, it's just this pattern. It's just saying, hey, at the location where I'm at, and also all the way down to -2. It needs to be rock or stone. I mean, it needs to be stone or air. However, on the third layer, it needs to be all stone for these cuboids, for all blocks underneath that location. So as it travels up this position, right from this, because it has a position field, from this position, that's the column it goes up right here. And it does this linear scanner and it's checking the patterns. The pattern is that it has these 2 cuboids. One cuboid is going to go from 0 to 2. So the scanner origin, 0 to -2, and -10 to +10. And it's going to go from 0 to 2, -2. And it's going to check these on an OR pattern. So either one of these is okay. It's going to take the OR. It's going to say, okay, that's fine. And then it will check 2 below that on the cuboid and see if there is And it's going to check to see if there is stone. Or 3 below that. 4 below that? 4 below that. And if 4 below that has stone or no stone, it's going to say no. So it's going to go up, and then I'll check again, and check again, and check again. This doesn't make sense. What is going on? All right, well, I'm gonna end it here because I don't understand what's going on. Maybe I'll need to message them. I've never gotten any feedback yet from anybody on who works on the team, so I don't know. I'm just gonna go to the Discord and see if I can get lucky and someone will know the answer. But this does not seem to be working at all. But also, I have not actually I haven't checked these. You know, this is max. Maybe, maybe, maybe this is going to work. Because it wants big numbers here, small numbers there. I don't think that should work. Maybe it does. If this works, I'm going to be upset. But doesn't matter. If it works, great. Max, min. It worked. It freaking worked. But, oh, it crossed into the water because the origin was air. This is all air right there, I see. But that doesn't make sense, though. Do I have to specifically say and not water? I guess I can exclude water. And not block type. Is this gonna work? Fluid water. I'm a little disappointed that it took that long to figure out that it just didn't like the negative there, which doesn't, to me, make sense, but hey. Block type, no. Block set. So, oh, this should be no. If there is any water, do not put it there. Not water. So hopefully that will get rid of that purple one because now it says in this cuboid, if there's water, don't do it. No water. No water. No water at the base. No water anywhere. It kept it. Why did it keep it? It kept those too. It kept that one. Look at that one. Interesting. I see. Because I didn't do a floor. All right. Okay, but now I can do a floor. Because now I understand the cube, what was wrong with the cuboid. These are floating though now. That one's gone, that one's gone. Those are floating. Why are they floating? Empty. This is mean a -1. What? Did I make it go up higher? No. So it has to be empty to start with. Right below it, it can be... I see. I see. No. The origin, it must have... The origin must be empty and... offset. Offset. This is getting ridiculous. Come on. I don't like how it does do that. Yeah, it's only it's directional. Is rock stone. We're just gonna throw this way over here where there's some space. One below it. All right. Yep, now I just need to do the rest. All right, I'm good though. I'm done for the day. I have solved that issue. These are starting to look a lot better. I'll be adjusting them soon. See, big gaps like that kind of bother me, but that's all right. It doesn't, it's okay. This city's gonna look nice. This is gonna be cool. I'm going to enjoy it. This feels like it's just too close. You know, I could also just adjust the settings a little bit on how close they can be. I think I can adjust that pretty easily. All right. I hope you enjoyed it though, as I went through all these issues. The city is coming along. I like how I have rivers. I like how I have all these things. I want to now, before I create a bunch more assets, because I still need to do that. Like there's going to be a lot going on in this city. I need to make sure I set city limits. I do not want an infinite plane of cities. I want to be able to import this into any territory, any biome, I mean, and just be able to construct cities from that biome or put cities into that biome. And every city needs to have a limit. I will probably still make them somewhat large. I'll probably like even this size, probably this size, like the limit of this, what I see here, that's probably going to be the limit. Because what I want to do is that in the city center, I want to kind of raise it up and put some kind of large building there, a citadel, so to speak. Okay, I'm going to have a very large building. Okay, the keep. And then I want walls for that keep. Plus, I want walls for the outer city. So there'll be 2 layers of walls in every city, an outer wall and an inner wall. Or maybe I will, yeah, I'm actually going to have different levels of cities. So maybe one city will just have a keep, another city will have an inner wall, and the next type of city will have an outer wall plus an inner wall, and so on and so forth. But yeah, I need to put limits on these cities. That's the next step. I don't really care if I have placeholders for all these things. This, just, I don't care. Placeholders are fine. But yeah, we have cities. Oh, and then bridges. Bridges are another thing I want to do. So maybe I should do paths next, huh? I need roads. I need roads. The yeah, I need roads. Okay, that's what we'll do next time. I hope you all enjoyed today. I will be streaming Thursday. I should be streaming Thursday. Let me check. It should be everything. Yeah, Thursday's free. I'll be doing this Thursday as well. Um, but I'm excited. Things are progressing really well. I don't know how the thing is going. I think I need to go check when the first deadline for submissions are. I don't. It doesn't really matter. I don't think when those submissions. If I have to hit the first, second, third, fourth one, as long as I'm in for the final one, because this is going to take some time for all to come together, and I don't want to submit it early. I don't want to actually, show it off in an unfinished state. So yeah, all right. I hope you all enjoyed it. I'm really excited for what's next.